Thanks. Appreciate that one.
This is going to be a great show, ladies and gentlemen.
Right off the bat, Greg's calling me a dork. I'm going to embrace my dorkness today.
As we should.
A dork is a good thing. Whew. I need some extra coffee, though.
I can't help you there.
Oh, I got it. It's already brewed. It's in my cupola. My coffee maker did make a weird sound this morning. You have to check it out later. You might be sick.
She's dancing. That's a good sign. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Thursday, July 15th, 2021. This is show number 118. We shake our head every time.
Ancient. We're like Stonehenge.
I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. That is community fanatic Jana Clark. Did you get a haircut?
No, I washed it.
Oh, okay. It gets it done.
No, I didn't get a haircut.
Okay.
I just have cute earrings on. It makes my hair look good.
Okay. What are your earrings? I can't tell. They're
just little blue balls.
Okay.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
A little festive.
I just needed a moment to contemplate there just for a second. And he had a good morning, Carter Blankenship.
Carter. Wonder what Carter's going to do today.
He's probably going to have a lot of fun. It is summer for a lot of people.
That's true. But, not me. I'm back in the office today, as you can see. My fun is over. Yeah.
Oh, hey, hold on one second. Carter's got something to say.
Good morning. Yay! Good morning, Greg.
Favorite stop of the morning.
Carter
stop. Yeah.
Carter style.
Yeah, Carter style. So as you mentioned right before we went on, today is Embrace Your Dorkness Day.
It is. It's like Be a Dork Day or something like that.
Yeah, I think yesterday was Embrace Your Geekness Day. That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. So do you know the difference between a geek and a dork?
I do not, but I'm sure you've done the research.
Well, I might have a little tidbit for you.
Okay.
You want to know?
I do.
All right. So geeks are smarter than dorks. Dorks embrace their dorkiness. Geeks are smarter than dorks. So I'm pretty sure that I'm a dork and not a geek because I'm not that smart, but I embrace everything that is dorky about me. And so today is the day that you're supposed to celebrate that and let your dorkiness just come out in whatever way.
Okay.
So I'm a dumb geek. I'm a dork.
Are you really though? You don't do a lot of dork. I guess you go to trivia nights, which some people would think maybe.
Yeah. I like to sew and I don't know. There's some things that are probably completely dorky about me.
I think dorky today is different than dorky 20 years ago.
Yeah, probably. But I have some I don't know. I have some kind of little old lady tendencies that some people would probably think were dorky in my world. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're amongst friends. If you don't want to share, whatever. Fine.
Do you think you're a dork? Which it's okay to say you are today.
I think maybe I have some tendencies there.
Yeah.
If you do that DNA test, I'll probably have some dork genes in there.
You think the genealogy tree would show dork at some point? I
think somewhere in there. There's probably.
I'm proud of my dork heritage. That's awesome.
It's okay. It's good. All right, let's see who's locked in on us today. Let's see. There's Morgan Castor. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, Morgan.
Jay Hobbs. Morning, everybody. And
hey there.
Hope all are refreshed from vacations. Not everybody got a vacation, Jay.
Not everybody. Only the good people. Only the lucky people.
Mine's coming up, though.
I know. You have a vacation coming up. I had a mini one. I had like a little weekend away.
You guys went to the lake. Oh, and remind me, I want to talk about it looked like you were tubing.
Listen, yes. Did I tell you that?
No.
Did I tell you about that or just somebody else?
No, you actually, yes, you sent me a text that said something about vacation and it was,
okay.
so.
Okay.
Let's see who else. Morgan says Reagan Daisy. Oh, stupid autocorrect. So
Oh,
says.
Reagan
There you go.
says. Yeah.
That's whatever. Whatever.
Yep.
Reagan. I'm not.
Yep. For sure.
Hey, I met Justin Clarkson last week.
Nice. How was
Yeah.
that?
He was a nice dude.
At the Demolition Derby?
He was at the Demolition Derby, and I did not meet him there. I met him the next night at the LV Shane concert.
Cool. Hey, listen, LV Shane is getting great reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we may be able to look back and say, oh, he was on his way, but really playing the Hardin County Fair just trajected him to stardom, maybe.
I really enjoyed his music.
So I'm just saying.
I am actually thinking about heading to Indianapolis for the Brooks and Dunn rebooted tour. LV Shane is opening up for Brooks and Dunn. You know, I'm a Brooks and Dunn fan as well. And I may go. And it says a lot if I go to a concert nowadays.
Yes, because you've kind of been there, done that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was a great show. Enjoyed that. Let's talk about the fair a little bit.
Let's.
Friday night was absolutely crazy. You know, we told people, hey, come to the Hardin County Fair, but we didn't mean all of you at one time.
How was it insane?
It was absolutely insane.
So what caused it? I mean, obviously it's the weekend. And so a lot of people want to go on the weekend. I was out of town. So was the weather nice? And so people just wanted to get out. What was it?
So the weather was nice and there was some talk of rain on Saturday. And that's all we can figure out that's what it was is
well, that'll do it.
The rodeo was there Friday night, and that's always popular. Yeah. But you know, normally 3,400 people maybe is a great Friday night. There were close to 6,000.
Oh my goodness.
And everybody came at once. And you can only get so many people on the fairgrounds at a time. And it was crazy.
So what did you do?
We had 4 lines coming in the main entrance. We had 2 lines in the exhibitors entrance that we hardly ever use. And they were backed up from the fairgrounds all the way back to the Hardin County Jail.
Wow.
It was all hands on deck. If you were a fair board member, it didn't matter what you were in charge of and what you had to do. You were working the gate. There were volunteer firefighters there that were there for, safety at the rodeo. Sure. They were all parking cars. We were pulling spouses that were there parking cars. We pulled anybody, if we knew them and they weren't doing something, we pulled them to park cars. It was absolutely bonkers.
That's incredible.
So anyway, well, we appreciate everybody coming out. It was even though we had rain on Saturday, it was, we were up with numbers from 2019, which is great. It was a really, really, really good fair. So that's
overall, everything was good.
Yeah. Now, and there was the only complaint I heard about the fair was the rides. There weren't as many rides as years past, and some people were complaining about that, but that is not us. That is the ride company, and you can't get anybody to work. They had rides there, but you can't put them up if you have nobody to even put them up.
Right.
And we had more rides than any of the fairs that they had done so far.
Listen, I heard the opposite at my house. My kids were like, and all the rides were good. Like that, so I think even if there were a couple they weren't able to do, the ones they did do were good ones. And so mine were super impressed. I think my kids were there a total of maybe 4 nights between 2 kids at different times.
Wow.
They loved it. And all their friends wanted to go. And I don't know that that's been the case before, at least in my family. And so I like it that the fair is something that they want to do. I grew up going to my county fair. I think it's really fun. So good job.
Yeah. We were happy with it, and but you're always going to have somebody complain. So
sure. Can't make everybody happy.
Morgan says, aren't you glad that Eric didn't get his way recording another episode of Lyrics and Laughs Friday night? Yes. Eric wanted to go back out there Friday night and do another one. And we were like, yeah. So,
can you imagine if that had been going on during that madness?
Yeah, that was crazy as it was. Which, by the way, if you have not listened to it's Lyrics and Laughs episode 66, I think it is. That's the Hardin County Fair episode. It's
Fun.
Pure pandemonium.
I love it.
It's just absolute craziness.
So fun.
So if you have not been to see the Youth Theater of Hardin County's presentation of the Addams Family, you have 3 nights left. That is tonight, Friday night, and Saturday night at 7:00.
This is my weekend.
And I had the chance to see it Sunday afternoon. Wow. It was great.
It is the talk of the town, pretty much. Especially that Gomez character, that kid.
Yeah, I'm a little fond of that kid.
Is he having a ball or what?
He is. You know, it was stressful. It was Garrett's first lead role. You know, he's going to be a sophomore at Central Hardin, and you know there were a couple of lead roles that are 3 of the lead roles are actually kids that are sophomores, which is saying a lot for youth theater. But Garrett, I don't know if I had heard my kids sing an entire song or more than just a little snippet before Sunday. But it was great.
I'm so proud of him. So excited for him.
And I'm very proud of him too. And I don't want to oversell it because I don't want it to seem like it's just a dad getting people to come out to see his kid,
right?
In one of those shows.
Get it.
But it is that good. And it's not, it's not just Garrett, it's the entire cast.
Let me ask you this. Were you nervous for him or were you able to really just enjoy the performance? Because I feel like if it were my freshman, incoming sophomore, that I would have been so nervous that it may have hurt my, might not be able to enjoy it as much. Were you nervous for him?
I was nervous the first, 10, 15 minutes, but then they convinced me in my brain and my soul that, this is good. And I wasn't worried about anything more than him, messing up a line or, but, and I'm not a musical person. Okay. I don't go to musicals much.
Yeah.
And when I do, it's just kind of like, all right, how long is this going to be? That's just me. I can't help it.
Sure. It's just not your thing.
But I'm excited to go tonight and excited to go Saturday night. And I may end up buying a ticket to go Friday night as well.
I love it. Good for you.
So
very fun.
Garrett does a great job. I mean, the whole cast, there's like 40 kids. They all do a fabulous job.
Yeah.
But his Morticia, Kiris Ray, sings like a songbird.
Wow.
And then you've got Savannah Weber, who is our camping buddy. Savannah is Wednesday. And if there's anybody ever written for that Wednesday character, it is Savannah.
I love it.
Amazing voice. And then Annabeth Johnson, Dennis Johnson with Baptist South Hardin, Dennis and Tracy, their daughter, she's a phenomenal singer too. So it's just a great show. And I think this is one that people are going to remember for a long time.
Good. Love it.
So
I love it.
Get out there and get the tickets. $15 for adults, $10 for seniors, students, and military, and $5 for children 10 and under.
Love it. Love it.
And Reagan wants to sit right next to me. I don't know. I need to focus. She's nudging me and doing all that.
You can sit next to me, but don't distract me.
Yeah. So we took a bunch on Sunday, and I was out at the fair late, packing stuff up, getting things done, and got up Sunday, and Jennifer's like, hey, don't hate me, but we're going to lunch before the Addams Family.
Yeah.
And we're going to dinner after the Addams Family.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. At the same place.
Oh.
We went to McAllister's twice on Sunday.
Hey, that's all right. There's lots to choose from.
Well, you know what I did? I did the pick 2, and I got one half of the sandwich and the bowl of soup for lunch, and then I got the other half and the bowl of soup for dinner. The only thing I changed is I went from a sweet tea to their peach lemonade for dinner. That was the only difference.
That's so funny. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Elizabeth Ray, Addams Family is so fun. Yeah. And so she would know. Her daughter, Kiris, gosh. Yeah. Kind of fond of her too. Awesome. So let's get into your story. So you went to the lake. Okay. You guys went and had a great time at the lake. And
so we went on a little, do what?
And I'm
And
waiting
and
for
I
the story.
we went out Friday. We were out on the boat Friday. We were at Lake Barkley, which is beautiful, by the way. And I grew up on the lake. I love the lake. But my kids decided that they were going to get this big tube thing. And it's not really a tube. I mean, you say tubing, like it's a big raft and it has a bunch of handles on it and it has like, you know, all kinds of craziness on it. And so I told my husband the night before, I said, listen, my kids are already smack talking. I'm not riding that thing. You all can do it. You can teach me how to drive the boat. You can do it if you want, but don't get out. Like, I need you to have my back because I'm not doing that. I'm fine in the boat, taking pictures, my thing. So the next day we're out there. It's about midway through the day. We're in a cove, just floating around, swimming, whatever. And all of a sudden, my family piles on that boat and leaves me out there because we were just sitting on it. Like we were just hanging out. Throws me a life vest and they're like, okay, we got to move the boat. I was like, yeah, you're not moving the boat with me on this. They're like, oh, yeah, hang on. We're just going to move the boat. All of a sudden, here we go. I did good for a while, but not that great. But I felt like I had been bamboozled.
You were bamboozled.
Completely.
There was no I felt.
And then I look up and my son is on the boat taking pictures and videos of me. And so then I just decide to embrace it. And I start like waving and giving a thumbs up and I can't hang on at the same time. Anyway. And so they did some curves and threw me off and I was done. I was like, okay, you've had your fun. Come pick me up. I'm out of here. But that's how you get your nearly 50-year-old mom to.
Yeah.
Tube.
If only somebody had sent me a video of you on the tube.
I know, right? No.
All right, here we go. You ready?
You're lying.
You ready for the video?
Uh-uh.
Here we go. Actually, no, I don't. Man, that would be so great, though. That would have like rocked your world right there.
It would not. It would not.
So,
but it was a moment.
Were you upset with said family, or were you happy that you rode the tube?
No, I was glad that I did it. Once I did it, because I just didn't have it was funny. It was funny. They actually, I mean, they enjoyed it way more than I did. Trust me on that one. But it was fun. It was fun.
Well, good. I'm glad you did that. I mean, I'm glad you had the courage. I don't want to say that either because you were right. In a court of law, the jury would have sided for you every time on this one.
Completely. But they were fun to watch. Like they did it together and they would try to throw each other off. Like that was fun for me to watch the antics. And they're both really good at it. So like Mitch he would do figure eights and curves and go over other boat waves. And like his goal was to throw these kids off this tube. And we had a ball. I mean, it was really fun. But that little tidbit was. And then Mitch did it too. And Jackson drove the boat and he did a great job. And so it was just really fun. And we don't we spend time together at home, especially during the pandemic when we were all at home a lot. And, we love to play cards and hang out together. But we did a fire every night. We did have a little cabin. So we didn't camp, but we had a little cabin that had a loft and a little bedroom. And we had a kitchen. And so we had a place to go and hang out inside. It did storm at night a couple of times. And so we felt sorry for the people that were in their tents because it rained pretty hard. But it was really fun. We went to, it was called Prizer Point on Lake Barkley.
Okay.
And they have a huge campground and a marina there. And the boys, they also kayaked and paddle boated. And they had a concert. It was really fun. It was a good time.
It seems a lot of people are doing that. They're going to the lake for their vacation this year, or I'm seeing a lot of people are going out west.
Yes.
And then I've been surprised, we're going in 2 weeks up to Maine. And I've seen a lot of different photos of people going to Maine. And I think everybody else is went to the south to the beach all at once.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Which, by the way, it's obvious that Jay Hobbs lives different than we do. If you want to know how the rich live, it's not all on here, but crazy vacation story on the way home. The van started acting up, pulled off in Alabaster, Alabama. Long story short, transmission went out and they bought a new to us van to get home. That's how the rich live. They're like, you know what? We're not even going to get it fixed. Let's just buy a new one right here.
Listen, you can't let, things like cars stand in the way of your vacation.
Right.
You just go shopping.
They pulled it underneath the overhang at the Goodwill and said, "Here you go. Here's your
I
car."
love it.
Probably.
I love it.
I don't know.
We'll take that one.
Yeah. Good morning, Brian Dennis.
Hey, Brian Dennis.
Hey, want to brag on Brian and the whole crew of the Lions Club too. Back to the fair.
Yes.
And I've got a video. I don't have it uploaded here, but oh my gosh. The Special Friends Day is what I want to call it, where we had a lot of kids with sensory issues.
Yeah.
That, really wouldn't do well in the fair environment with a lot of people around, or the music on the rides and a lot of the noise.
Yeah.
Oh, what a day we had at the fair that day. It was
so they were invited out
day.
for a special time that was set aside for them to ride rides, play games, and win prizes. And they apparently ate really well while they were there.
Yeah, they had cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, and chips and stuff. The E-Town Lions Club prepared all of that. Miller's Rides, they opened a lot of their rides up for the kids to ride.
Awesome.
Patsy and Freddie with the Miller's Rides, the owners, they had cotton candy for the kids.
Cute.
The guy that owns the All-American Petting Zoo and the pig races that we had there opened both of those up. They did a pig race, a whole show for the kids. Fun. And then when they were done, they said, all right, everybody over to the petting zoo. Everybody gets food to feed the animals.
Oh, so fun.
Oh my gosh.
The pictures, I haven't seen any video, but the pictures, the looks on the faces of all of those special friends is worth everything. It's amazing.
So it was great. My favorite day of the fair. And I think that's the first year we've done a full version of that. There is no doubt that will be an every year event now. No doubt.
Love it.
And we will continue to grow. We didn't go super, super large this year because we want to make sure we were doing it right and kept everybody safe. And if there were things that we weren't thinking about,
absolutely,
we could fix that. And I think everything went well. A lot of great comments on that. So it was good. So
love it.
It was a lot of fun.
Ron. Yep.
Good morning to Jason Basham. By the way, the VIP tickets are on sale for the Billy Ray Cyrus deal in September
11th.
Bourbon and Blades. And I've got to get with Jason.
I think he might be there for a while.
Yeah. Be good stuff. All right. So let's talk about some other things making the news in the world. Is Mitch a hairy guy? Does he have a hairy chest?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good news for you is that that a hairy chest, it may not be attractive to some women, but it does signal that a man is smart.
Interesting. I like it. I don't mind a hairy chest. It's when it's when the hair like moves to the other regions, the shoulder and the back region, that I start to get a little, but he has it only on his chest. So
okay.
And it's kind of gray.
I get these stories sent to me all the time, and I always like to read them and share periodically. Okay. So hairy chest, more attractive.
I'll tell him that his chest hair makes him smart. He'll love that.
So researchers report, by the way, the research came from Chester Mental Health Center in Illinois.
Of course it did.
Researchers report that men who are members of Mensa, an organization just for people with exceptionally high IQs, are 5 times more likely to have hairy chests. Hairy chested men also tend to do better in college.
Wow. That's fascinating, I think.
Oh, there you go. I didn't say it was super useful information, but it's useful information. You guys could have talked about that while you were floating around on that pontoon thingy.
I mean, listen, now we can have dinner together tonight because I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about.
Yeah. That is great. So, do you guys like to play like cornhole or bocce ball, that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So, and I don't know how somebody can even write this up.
Okay.
I don't know how you prove this. It's just interesting.
Okay.
A weird way that women can try and avoid breast cancer. 30 minutes of playing ring toss, bocce ball, or cornhole 4 times a week lessens the odds of breast cancer by up to 30%. Who did that study?
Who believes that? But listen, if that works, let's all go play some cornhole and ring toss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I'm all in for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're a big yard games family for sure.
If you had
We
one
play
yard game to
bocce.
play, what are you
We
playing?
play bocce at the beach, and
Hmm.
we play Beersby. That it's like a where you put bottles on sticks and you throw frisbees at them. We play that too, and We play cornhole for sure, but we usually don't take cornhole to the beach because of how big it is. We usually just do bocce because we have like a suitcase bocce set. Um, and wiffle ball, frisbee, just straight up frisbee. Um, and the kids play everything else.
Yeah.
My favorite is probably cornhole and bocce.
We get a little out of hand playing bocce,
Wow.
but well, it becomes extreme bocce
Oh,
because if you've got a
those balls
lot
are
of,
heavy.
well, we go, we take it to camp and you, we've got almost 5 acres. Well, the next thing you know that you don't throw it just so far, the white ball.
Right.
I mean, you see how far you can throw it.
Yep. Oh,
And then
gotcha.
everybody's chucking like they're shot putting the bocce themselves.
That's hysterical.
So it gets a little out of control.
We usually alternate between hard sand, soft sand, and we just kind of work our way around where we're set up on the beach. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's really my favorite way to spend time at the beach.
I like bocce ball. We have the set that we have was one that had a little cart with wheels on it years ago.
Oh,
The wheels are long gone.
too
And,
funny.
and the cart has apparently spent some time outside because it is as brittle as can be. So now when you carry, it's a new game. It's
Yeah.
picking up the bocce balls. How many times will you pick it up from the time you leave the truck to the time you put it down next to the can?
That's hysterical. Ours is like almost in a cage, like a suitcase. It looks like a cage, like you can see through it.
Mhm.
And it helps because we can wash it out. We just like rinse it through after we have it at the beach. So it gets washed off just like, the skim boards and the boogie boards and everything else. Gosh, you're making me want to go to the beach.
Yeah.
And
Well, you don't
I
have
don't
to
know
go to
when
the
I'm gonna
beach
get
to
to
do
go.
that. Apparently
know,
that
but
study
it's
financed
fun
by
there.
Yard Games Inc. Yeah, Jay, I don't think you could have too many yard games.
Agreed.
Even if you don't play them very often, you can have them because you never know when a badminton interest jumps out of your brain. Like, I'm ready for some badminton.
Ready for it. We also play kickball at the beach some and kickball in the backyard. But wiffle ball is probably more popular than kickball at our compound, but wiffle ball is always fun.
Yeah. Well, I have some bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
It looks like a drought has wrecked the coffee crop in Brazil.
Do I need to start hoarding coffee?
If it's anything like lumber and used cars and all that, you may have to. So
I will. If I have to, I will do it.
So there's a drought in Brazil, and in Colombia, protesters are making it difficult for the country to export its beans. So
That's it.
we
I
may
gotta
have
go. I gotta head to Kroger.
we may have some coffee issues sometime soon. It's just another way for it to get more expensive.
Exactly.
Because it seems everything is getting more expensive.
Everything is getting more expensive. That's very true. I don't know exactly. I think I read an article the other day, just economics in general. It is the post-pandemic rise of the cost of everything.
When did a combo meal start costing like $9.30? Just
Listen,
out of nowhere.
I had this discussion with a football coach last week because they were talking about how you could feed a football team for X number of dollars because everybody got a value meal for $5. And now it's twice that because that value meal costs $10. That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, you could go and you could get stuff off the dollar menu and you're in for less than $4.
Yep.
Now, I mean,
not anymore.
It's not even the big day. You don't want to. It's not even one of the fancy signature sandwiches. The fancy sandwiches. It's just a regular sandwich, a fry, and a drink is like $9.
I know.
Having a hard time with that.
Well, I will tell you, I'm not sure that that's going to change anytime soon. And here's the thing, too. I think that from restaurants, like also, I mean, like their sizes have gotten so huge. Like, have you seen how big a large a large tea or soft drink is? And so I think it's the idea of you get more, but if you don't want more, you're still kind of stuck there. Like, order a small drink and it's the size that a large used to be. I don't know. It's very bizarre to me.
I think that's eye tricks
Yeah.
because the drink is a lot larger, but it just seems like my hands aren't getting bigger, but it seems like the sandwiches are getting smaller.
I know. There you go. There you go.
So I think it's like, oh yeah, we're giving you more drink, which is just means they're giving you more ice.
Right. And I like a lot of ice in my drink, which a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't want to sacrifice drink for ice. And I want a lot of ice in my drinks.
Yeah. Jay, I totally get that. Labor costs are rising and it's hard to find. It's impossible to find workers.
That's across the board. Across the board for sure.
And then Dawn says that you did a great job in the tourism commercial.
Speaking of hard to find workers, so we did a little tourism ask of folks to be a little patient when you're out and about traveling, and we called it Hold Your Horses, because that's what, our moms used to tell us, hold your horses. Just ways to keep people busy, some ideas on things that you can do to kind of ride out the wait. No pun intended. And it's gotten great. The feedback has been tremendous. So thanks, Dawn. I appreciate you.
Yeah. And then, hi, Shirley. Sorry, I didn't say hi. My neighbor Shirley's back from vacation.
Shirley's back. Did you get all those beer cans out of the bushes, Shirley?
Oh, I got those out for him.
She had to clean up Richard's messes. Oh, you covered him?
Yeah,
good job.
I went up there and took care of all that. I didn't want Richard to get in trouble, I mean, for those that don't know, Shirley, neighbor, her husband, Richard, Richard stayed home. Shirley went on vacation to Florida with the family. There were some parties. I didn't want Richard to get in trouble. So
traffic jams.
Right. I mean, I went through the bushes.
The drone footage is incredible.
I'm glad I had that extra old garbage can laying around here to fill that up. Matter of fact, I made like $36 in aluminum cans.
That's a good party.
From Richard's house. It was good. Thanks,
goodness.
Richard, for that. So
I love it.
I got it all. And I'm glad that Shirley has no knowledge of that party at all.
Yes. What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Right.
It's fine.
By the way, Goodwill, there are a lot of swimsuit tops at Goodwill right now. They were dropped off last week.
Because they lost them at Richard's party?
At the pool party, yeah.
That's so horrible. You're going to get in trouble. Oh, that's great.
You got to go. Why are there only like swimsuit tops here?
That's hysterical. So, I love it.
Yeah, Don, you're right. I am a good neighbor. I'm a great neighbor. I mean, how many neighbors would go up there and do that?
I mean, really?
I mean, one night I was parking cars. I was kind of like a valet.
For working for tips.
Right.
So we got money from the cans and from tippers.
It was a good week. Yeah, it was a good week. I did well. I bought 2, maybe 3 combo meals out of that thing. So how sad it is you go, I could buy that bottle of bourbon, but that's like 3 combo meals.
I mean, for real. Really. Yes, Brian. So we had several people. So we are set out now that everything is reopened again, right? And so a couple of weeks ago, we were in restaurants around town. We did the fair, we did the downtown concert. And so we are kind of beefing up our gallery of footage and photos for tourism promotion. And so that's kind of an ongoing effort on our part now that we have things happening again, because when things aren't going on, then we don't have fresh content. So that's what our efforts are recently. So if you see people like next week, I think they'll be in several more restaurants, some ice cream shops maybe. And then we've had them at the sports park recently. So yeah, we're just trying to beef up our assets to do promotion of E-Town.
Good.
Yep.
Time to get out there. Time to do some stuff.
Well, we
And
got to capture it now that we have it, So
mhm.
we get it while it's going on, and then we can use it in the off season and promote things next year. So we just got to get back out there. So that's what
Yep.
you're saying.
A lot of kids were in town this past week. I was at softball nationals.
Oh goodness, softball and baseball nationals. We have been literally covered up with players this week, and they in last weekend they battled some lightning and rain delays, and their schedules have been thrown off. They've been playing it. There have been 12 midnight games going on. I mean, it's just been crazy week, but they're hanging in there, and their finals are today.
I did my tourism duty. Jennifer and I both did at McAllister's.
Yes. Nice.
Sunday afternoon, there was these two families behind us.
Yep.
And of course, obvious their daughters were softball players. We were like, hey,
Yep.
are you guys in town
Hey.
and yeah, like, oh, welcome to Elizabethtown.
Oh, thanks.
We did that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
I try to do that whenever I see them. Just ask them where they're from and how they like it here, and if they have any questions. People say all the time that they love the Elizabethtown Sports Park, but they also really like our community. I think we are friendly, and I love that.
yeah. So do you tell them who you are? You're like, by the way,
Sometimes,
I'm the goddess
it
of
just
tourism.
depends on what their questions are. If I get into a conversation with someone and they're really interested in the background of how the sports park came to be and how the community works with, I do tell them the story, but most of the time I just greet them and tell them, welcome to E-Town and good luck. They all want to, good luck.
Yeah. And if they say anything negative, you definitely don't tell them who you are, do you?
No, if they say anything negative, I tell them that's great feedback, and I'll pass it along to the person who needs to hear that information.
All right. So as we start to wrap up the show, you don't collect anything, right?
No,
Nothing at all. You don't collect anything.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you would know. I guess I'm a
But
bourbon
no.
collector, but I'm not because I don't just collect it.
So Mitch collects bourbon. My mother had an angel collection that I inherited, but I don't add to it. So I have Christmas angels,
mhm.
but I'm not actively looking for more.
Okay.
But I have a collection of them. But no, I'm not a collector.
So there are Guinness Book of World Records for collecting different things.
Okay.
And I'm just shocked at how many different categories there are. So there's this Wisconsin woman that has set a Guinness World Record based on the amount of Smurf memorabilia that she has collected. Her name is Gerda. She has almost 11,455 Smurf items.
Like what does she do with that?
I don't know. You've got to have multiple rooms of that stuff, right?
Multiple rooms. She has to have a Smurf cottage for all that.
It's even kind of unfathomable for me to even think that there's that many different Smurf items.
Like that might be she could turn that into a Wisconsin attraction and charge admission. I don't know who would go see it, but that's craziness.
11,455 Smurf items.
Wow.
And my luck is that if I had that much, I get to like 7,000 and I lose count and you have to go back and start again.
Over.
Like, this sucks.
This is the first 1,000. This is the second 1,000.
So, and then there is Linda Gilleroy of Richardson, Texas, who was awarded the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of video gaming systems.
Linda
has this. You would think it's a 30-something-year-old software engineer, right? Living in his mom's basement.
To test them or whatever. Yeah. Okay. How many does Linda have? I'm scared at this number, probably.
By the way, Linda is 51 years of age.
Nice.
And she has over 2,400 playable systems. That means that she has a bunch more that are just parts.
Wow.
2,400 playable systems, and hopes to one day have the collection in a museum to teach children about electronics and video game systems.
That's amazing. Can you imagine the value? I mean, I was going to say, I wonder how much the Smurfs are worth, but I'm thinking Linda's got some dollars sunk into her video games.
And we talk how expensive combo meals doesn't make no sense. I mean, and some of these collectible items that are out there people pay for, makes no sense. You know,
For sure.
because a collectible value of something is only what somebody's willing to pay for it.
You got it.
You know, so there was a copy of The Legend of Zelda, a Nintendo game that sold last week it was still in the package, $870,000 for an unopened Legend of Zelda.
Somebody has a lot of extra dough laying around.
And so, you know,
how
you're
many
like,
value meals that would buy.
that's a bunch. So you think that is crazy. $870,000 for a Legend of Zelda game that was unopened, still in the package. Well, because this is how our world works, a copy of the Super Mario 64 sold 2 days later for more than $1.5 million.
Like, so we're spending more money on video games than we are racehorses these days.
A video game.
Crazy.
Now, will that eventually sell for more? I don't know. Does the bottom drop out? There were people spending. What was the Beanie Babies? People would spend crazy amounts of money, and now they're worth hardly anything.
That's what'll happen. Yep.
Baseball cards from the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
I got a ton of those.
Oh, yeah?
Value dropped out of those bad boys.
Huh.
I got a complete set every Christmas for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. Mom and Dad, that was one of my Christmas gifts was a complete set of Topps baseball cards. And I still have those in the package. They are still in the box, unopened.
But they were valuable and now they're not? What?
They were, and then I think the bottom dropped out of all of them.
Huh. My kids used to want to buy them when we went to baseball tournaments. Like when they were playing in a baseball tournament, they would want to buy packets of baseball cards.
Now there's still cards that are worth a lot, but they're different cards. And I'm out of that game. I don't even understand how any of that works.
Right.
There you go. Well, apparently we should have been collecting something because I
was going to say, maybe I'll come up with something to start collecting. I don't know what it would be though. I mean, that's a commitment. You know what I mean? Like you got to, and I would probably obsess over adding to my collection to the point where I would cut myself off to other things that I might want to get. So I changed my mind. I'm not going to collect anything.
Right. I collect a little bit of bourbon. That's it. I used to want to collect golf scorecards because you have to go play the course to get them.
Yes.
But
yes.
And then that just got frustrating. So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Don't forget Adam's Family tonight, 7:00, Friday, 7:00, Saturday, 7:00. And that's it. You got 3 showings left of that at the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center, the pack.net.
If the weather holds this afternoon, walking tour and tavern, because that's just on Thursdays in the summer. So if you haven't gotten out this summer yet, tonight might be a good night to go.
Yeah. And I can't remember the band tonight. It was a very interesting name for the band. So
it's so fun. Just sit around, listen to good music, see your friends, enjoy and the garden's beautiful right now. It'll be even prettier now that there's been some rain.
Yeah. So it should be a good night of that. So get out there and check that out. All right. We'll do this again next week, right? Same about time, same about channel. And then the week after that, we're going to take a break because I'm not doing this from Maine.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Just can't handle it. So we'll see you guys. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the fun. By the way, I need to show them because I did the graphic. The weather today, it's just going to be hot, sticky, and humid. Just know that. Hot, sticky, humid tomorrow. Again, chance of a shower each day because, well, it is summertime in Kentucky. So keep that in mind.
It is summertime.
All right. That is Janet Clark. She is the community fanatic. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. And this has been show number 118 of Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, y'all.